Welcome to Porsche Heaven. We are starting with the 2002 Porsche Boxster 986. Seems like it has not seen better days as it's damaged from the side fender along to the passenger door handle, also including the front end, with some noticeable parts missing like the front bumper and the radiators. I don't see them. But the vehicle, I can say, is still in a good condition. On the description, it says that it has a mileage of 105,040 kilometers, in which it comes with a key and the vehicle does start. So it is a good thing that the vehicle does start, because the engine for these vehicles are not that cheap. Also, this vehicle is going for a price of 117,000 rands, in which is not that bad, guys. The price is not that bad at all. Inside the boot, it comes with a spare tire which is called a tonneau because of its size, and also when closing and opening the boot, it does have this squeakiness. Going to the accident damage side, there are huge bumps on the fender and also on the door. Also, the gap between them is much bigger. I tried to open the door, but it seems like the handle was damaged during the collision, and it's kind of amazing how the rear quarter is not damaged at all. I know right now you're typing, what is the location of this place? Guys, let's get me to 10,000 subscribers. And unfortunately, I'll give you the location on the next video. But I think for some people, you might have seen the name of the location. Going inside, the passenger airbag and the steering airbag they have deployed. In which some people, they say it costs more to replace the airbags, because for this one, you have to replace the whole dashboard. So I'm not sure about the prices, but you can tell us down below. About this white Porsche, I'm not sure which model is this one, even the name, but I think it's a Porsche 911 Carrera T. If it's not, please tell us below. And this one seems like it was not involved in a much bigger accident, but there are some parts, crucial parts that are missing. The front end part, which is the bumper, is missing, in which also the rear quarter does have a bump. But when I move to the rear end, we find out that it doesn't have the engine and the transmission, in which, guys, it will be expensive to repair because you have to buy a new transmission and engine for this vehicle. Also the side members, I was looking at the side members, I think they've bent. I think they might need to be stretching up in order for the engine to be properly balanced and for the rear stiffener to fit well. The interior of this Carrera is still in a good condition, as there is no airbag that is deployed, and it's still very clean. Going to the back seat, there are mud flaps that are found above the tire that protect against foreign particles. The front boot could not open because it is open electronically, in which it didn't have power. Now I'm moving outside. Inside was a little bit darker, but outside all I can say is it is heaven of Porsches. We'll start with the 2009 Porsche 911 Carrera. It has a mileage of 64,765 kilometers. It does have a key and does start. As you can see on the bumper, it does have the scratches also on the fog light. Now let's go to the side. All I can say is, if not all the Porsches, but mostly when they get damaged or involved in an accident, they are damaged on one side. What is it? Is it the driving, or that's how Porsche is designed? Maybe it's designed to avoid accidents like this one, the front end accidents. As you can see, the quarter side of the bumper is damaged, with the fog light and the headlight missing also. The aftermarket yellow side fender will need a paint in order to coordinate with the rest of the body. The tire is flat. I think the vehicle was not involved in much big accident, just that it was this fender which that was damaged. The rest of the body still in a good condition. The only thing missing inside the vehicle is the steering airbag. That's the only thing, otherwise the vehicle is clean. There's no airbag that deployed inside the vehicle. The seat could not move forward. It's either it didn't have power or the seat locked during the collision, because most of the time I know only the seat belts locked during the collision. This Porsche 911 is being sold for 452,000 rands. This is approximately $500,000, in which it's a lot, but it's a Porsche. Inside the boot, it's only the mud flaps. Even this Porsche is damaged from the side. What's happening? Here we're looking at a 2017 Porsche Macan GTS. It has a mileage of 90,601 kilometers. And my prediction about this vehicle is that it might have hit a pole. Who knows? And this vehicle does have a key and does start, which is quite amazing. The marks you're seeing on the wheel are the plastic marks that were covering the vehicle, mostly against the rain. And there's a gap on the sunroof, which makes sense to be covered by plastic. I didn't open the door to the fullest, as the door is also damaged. But inside the vehicle seems like approximately all the airbags they've deployed. This is what happens when a vehicle is involved in an accident. The seat belt locks. This is kind of dangerous and also useful, as it prevents you from moving forward during the collision. But when a vehicle is bending, this is kind of dangerous, as you cannot escape, and this will end up bending inside the vehicle. I think they must introduce the emergency button so that you can release the seat belt in tricky situations. And I don't think anyone has raised this concern so far. So it has a 3-liter V6 engine, producing around 240 horsepower. Let's take a better look at the damage side. Taking a closer look at the stiffener, it is slightly bent, but I don't think it has affected the side member. The only parts here that are severely damaged is the wheel of the rim, electronic part of the headlight, and the pipe above the stiffener. Not sure where is it going to, whether the radiator or not, and obviously the bonnet, in which it is very damaged. Here we're looking at a Porsche Panamera. It's a 2010 model. It's quite selling for a good price. It has a mileage of 138,460 kilometers. It does have a key and does start. It is selling for 172,000 rands. The damage for this vehicle, I think we see it. It's at the rear side. I think this vehicle was hit by another car at the back, in which it's kind of damaged but not that bad, as the taillight also inside the boot. Seems like also the boot lid is damaged, guys. Porsche Panamera, go. The interior is still good, it's still very clean. The airbags didn't deploy at all, And guys, when it comes to the brown interior, I have a problem because I'm not a fan of a Porsche that comes in a brown interior. It's like brown, guys, is very ugly for a brown interior. If maybe it was the old vehicles like the Cayenne, in which most of the time they came in brown interior, but for this one, I'm not a fan at all. For Porsche Panamera, I don't think the engine is at the back, otherwise you could have seen it. I could not open the bonnet because the hinge used to open the bonnet is broken from inside. If you didn't see it, rewind again. On the right hand side, we have a 2012 Porsche Cayenne with two front missing headlights. Under the bonnet lies a 3-liter turbo diesel V6 injection. The front radiators of this Cayenne are falling apart, as also doesn't have the front bumper. Also doesn't have the stiffener. The damage on this vehicle is a front end damage only. And also, let's go back to the Panamera. This is the damage on the Panamera. If you didn't see where the rear tail lights lies, that's where it is slightly bent. The front end damage on the Cayenne caused the fender to bend a little bit, in which there's a huge gap between the door and the fender. Even the vehicle is on a donut. It has a mileage of 118,100 kilometers. It's not that bad for a 2012 Porsche Cayenne. When you go inside, there's a huge disappointment, as the passenger airbag and the steering airbag they've deployed, in which you might have to replace the whole dashboard. This is the reason this kind of accident, they cost nyana, but not that much. They do cost. On the back seat, there's quite a lot of parts of this vehicle, like the towing hook and the other headlight on the floor. And I think this is the front bumper of the Cayenne. Some of the parts I'll try to name them, but I can't name all of them. And here also is the other headlight, with the radiator there which is visible. So this is selling for 184,000 rands. With a cracked windscreen. Seems like someone said hit the windscreen. These are the result of not wearing a seatbelt. Next to the black Porsche, there's a white Porsche. This one doesn't have the fender flares, on this fender only. Otherwise, the vehicle doesn't seem to have any damage. This one I think was not involved in any accident. The vehicle is in a good condition. This is a 2011 Porsche Cayenne diesel type. Some of the vehicles you'll see them on the next video, so make sure you subscribe so that when I drop another video, you'll see these vehicles. Even this Toyota 86, you'll see it on the next video, guys. So make sure you like, subscribe, and let's go to 10,000 subscribers. Here's another Panamera. In this facility, there are many Porsches, so if you want a Porsche, please come pre-planned, otherwise you change your mind. You will want a GTS, and then when you see a Panamera, you'll want a Panamera. So guys, make sure you come pre-planned. Here we're looking at a 2010 Porsche Panamera S. It is selling for 195,000 rands. It has a mileage of 131,051 kilometers. It does have keys and starts. So far I don't see any dents or scratches. I think this Panamera is still in a good condition. It was not involved in any accident. So it's a very good Panamera. Flawless paint. Panamera is good inside, clean, no airbag deployed, to a bonus. I like how the Panamera does have leg room. There's too much space for the leg room. There's too much space itself. It's not like any other Porsches in which it's a 4-seat while it was supposed to be 2-seat. This one does have a little more space. It seems like also a family car kinda wise. Some of the Porsches you might think they're coming for the second time. Nah guys, like I said, here it's a heaven of Porsches. There are many Porsches in this facility guys. If you need a Porsche, come here. But I can't tell you the place guys. I'll tell you guys in the next video. But I think some of the people know the name by now. Let's check under the bonnet because it's a very strong engine guys. It is a 4.8 liter direct fuel injection V8 that produces power of 495 horsepower. Around kilowatts is 267 kilowatts with 700 Newton meters of torque. Definitely this vehicle is a high performance SUV that combines luxury and power and is very capable of anything. This 2007 Porsche has a mileage of 173,262 kilometers. It is selling for a price of 77,000 rands. All I can say is for a 2007 Porsche Cayenne table in this state is not that bad. This vehicle is fast and competitive. Just that it is dirty guys, but this vehicle is very competitive. It can compete with the likes of SRT, Trackwalk, even the other SUVs that are high performance. But the disappointment on this vehicle is the brown interior guys. I understand that most of the Asian vehicles they have brown interior, but this one in a Porsche it's ugly. But guys, what can I say? I don't have a Porsche as of yet. Who knows? Here we're facing an unknown Porsche Cayenne S. It does have keys and does start. There are no body dent scratches that might have been caused by an accident. As you saw in the window, it is going for a price of 259,000 rands with a mileage of 163,041 kilometers. Under the bonnet, it has a twin-turbo 4-liter V8 that produces output power of 468 horsepower with an 8-speed Tiptronic S transmission. It's still competitive compared to the previous Porsche Cayenne table. I hope this is the last Porsche Cayenne in this facility because wow guys, there are many Porsches here, especially the Cayennes. Here is a 2015 Porsche Cayenne S with a price of 229,000 rands. It's a lot guys, what do you say? Let me tell you the mileage, then that is where you can conclude. It has a mileage of 249,239 kilometers. So what do you say about this price? Minding the fact it has dents on both doors. So what's your opinion? What's your take? For this price, if it's worth it, it's worth it guys. No more words to say. This one has a 3.6 V8 engine, not a 4-liter V8 engine. It is bent also on the door, but otherwise the vehicle had power, and I tried to open the sunroof. Unfortunately, it required a key. Also, this Porsche has many buttons. I've never realized how many buttons are there on the Porsche. Guys, there are many buttons, yo. Otherwise, I'd like to say thank you for watching, thank you for your patience. If you have questions, guys, please text me on Instagram or on my email.